Situated in the foothills of picturesque Dhauladhar peaks of lower Himalayan range, CSIR Institute of Himalayan Bioresource Technology is highly regarded for its role in developing and disseminating path-breaking technologies having radical impact on the socio-economic upliftment of the state as well as the country.
Our institute has a focus to develop technologies for boosting bioeconomy through sustainable utilization of Himalayan bioresources for societal, industrial and environmental benefits.
One of the most noteworthy socio-economic developmental interventions of the CSIR Institute of Himalayan Bioresource Technology has been the revival of tea industry in the Kangra Valley. The Kangra tea industry owes its origin to the colonial era. The first commercial-scale plantation was set up in Palampur by the erstwhile British government in 1852. Kangra tea industry reached its heights of popularity in the international markets until 1905, when a disastrous earthquake destroyed most of the tea plantations and factories in the region.
उस earthquake में बहुत ज़्यादा devastation हुई थी.
The earthquake caused severe devastation. Many of the British planters, their managers and workers were killed in this disaster.
Almost all killed. उसके बाद उन्होंने
Threatened with the earthquake, the British planters thought that this area is not safe to live. They sold their plantations to the locals and left the valley.
Sell their holdings.
In the aftermath of the earthquake, the industry went into a continued downward spiral for the subsequent decades, marked by plummeting product quality, productivity and labor skills, rendering the tea plantations into a completely dilapidated state. It was finally in 1962 when the revival efforts for Kangra tea industry were started with the establishment of Tea Experimental Station at Palampur through a joint effort of State Government and Tea Board of India. Subsequently, 4 cooperative tea processing factories were established between 1964 to 1984 to help the small growers in realizing reasonable prices for their supplied green leaves. In 1983-84, CSIR Institute of Himalayan Bioresource Technology was entrusted with the major responsibility of reviving the dilapidated tea industry of the valley. CSIR IHBT undertook the monumental task of reviving the Kangra tea industry in a systemic manner. CSIR IHBT developed a long-term strategy with sound implementation of a range of interventions such as establishment of 1 acre-sized technology demonstration plots in the farmers' fields, demonstrating the rejuvenation of an abundant tea field into model plot under intensive care of the scientists.
When we started, we would do everything manually, and then CSIR came. And they used to gather all the planters and conducted meetings. And they would visit every garden and talk to the planters about the plant's health and diseases and how to regulate weed. And they would facilitate us in everything.
Exposure visits of local planters to Nilgiris and Darjeeling for training in advanced tea agro-techniques.
After our visit to Darjeeling in 1984, we got to learn how to increase our crops.
Extensive trainings at farmer fields and institutes for building critical mass of skilled planters. A host of agro-technologies have also been transferred during the first phase in key areas of plantation management. Currently, the Institute is focusing on mechanizing of field operations to overcome the shortage of high cost of labor.
Tea farm mechanization is required because 80% of the cost of tea plantation goes in plucking. If we mechanize the tea plucking, we can cut down the cost of tea growing to a considerable low level, and it will boost the profitability.
The sustained efforts of CSIR IHBT radically improved the scenario of the Kangra tea industry. Productivity per hectare of technology demonstration plants improved by manifold. Overall productivity of the Kangra Valley increased by more than double. Multifold increase in the average per kg price of the tea, indicating the consistent customer demand. Geographical indicator marking conferred upon Kangra tea to safeguard its unique identity and achieve differentiation in the market. CSIR IHBT is also undertaking a diversification program to move up in the value chain of tea industry. Under the program on product diversification from tea, the CSIR IHBT has developed the technologies for commercialization. Ready-to-drink or RTD tea concentrates, both black and green tea, and formulations to RTDs. Tea wines and tea-based Himalayan berries herbal health wines. Tea polyphenols free from caffeine, amino acids and soluble sugars. High-grade bioprocessed theaflavins. With the continued and unwavering commitment of the team of scientists at CSIR IHBT, the Kangra tea industry is set on the road to upward growth trajectory.
To empower our tea growing farmers as well as tea based industries, our institute has developed a range of products. For example, we have technologies to extract catechins from tea. We can make theaflavins, which are very good antioxidants, from tea. We can make tea based vinegars. We can extract theanins from tea. These products will take the industry to next level of growth by moving up in the value chain.
Today, the picture of Kangra tea industry is in complete contrast to its struggling past, with local farmers and processors beaming in confidence generated by the growing stature of the Kangra tea industry worldwide.